I think you could say I'm a fascist.
Yeah, I am. Absolutely.
So that's Connor. Maybe you have seen his name in the media today, in the press, or on social media. He got in a little bit of hot water after his Jubilee debate with the progressive journalist Mehdi Hasan. Said some stuff that apparently got him fired from his job, and he's claiming that it's his politics that got him fired. Here's one article. This is from the Catholic Herald. Catholic fascist fired after Jubilee appearance. And here's his Gibson Go campaign. This is basically like a GoFundMe where he claims he was fired for his political beliefs and as a result was released from his job. He's raising money as an emergency fund and for other expenses while he looks for a new job. He goes on to say that voicing fully legal, traditional right-wing political views results in real consequences. That's kind of the problem here, is that it wasn't exactly that he was just espousing, basic run-of-the-mill political ideology, whether it's on the left or the right. It was specifically the ideologies that he espoused. And it reminds me of being a student in 5th grade in my Texas public school, where the teacher swore up and down that the whole reason we had the Civil War was states' rights, neglecting to mention that the states' rights the South was fighting for were the rights to own slaves. Slavery. It was about slavery. And that's kind of the deal here. It wasn't that he was espousing just kind of run-of-the-mill political beliefs. It was that he had no qualms espousing fascist beliefs and Nazi sympathizing to millions of people, as they brought up during their debate.
Because you know that millions of people are going to be watching you on YouTube and checking out who the fascists and the Nazis are.
I'm not ashamed of that whatsoever.
No, clearly you're not. Clearly you're not.
So for a little bit of a deeper dive, here are a few more of the things that he had to say, starting with whether or not he believes in democracy.
Not because
so you don't
it's the
believe in
friend
democracy?
Enemy. No, I don't. Absolutely not.
What do you believe in?
Autocracy.
By who?
Honestly, quite frankly, anyone who is in line with Catholic teaching.
Now, just so we're clear, what he's describing is an autocratic theocracy, definitely not the American system of government, but that's just one example. Here's more.
I'm for defending the traditional demographics of this country, which is majority white, and should stay that way.
Now, the casual racism there was bad enough, but he went even further when he defended the German writer and political theorist Carl Schmitt, who also happened to be a Nazi.
How do you know?
Autocrats
tend to kill everyone, even their own supporters.
Carl Schmitt makes this point very well in his work. It's the friend-enemy distinction, right?
Carl Schmitt, the Nazi theoretician.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't care.
Just your basic, average, everyday, run-of-the-mill, right down the middle Nazi sympathizing, which reminds me a lot of this clip from Succession.
Have you ever read Mein Kampf?
Yeah, a couple times, I guess.
Couple times?
Look, I'm interested in that period of history, Tom, okay?
What specifically do you find interesting about that period of history?
Europe decimated. 7 million Germans, 20 million Russians, 5 million Poles.
Just checking the till here, Mark, and it seems you're short a few million.
Now, there is something especially rich about the guy who is decrying socialism and handouts, asking for money on a social media website. But in case there was any question about where Connor's belief system lies or where his thoughts are, I think it's worth looking at the comments made from some of the people who are supporting him on Gibson Go. This guy saying immigrants are ruining the blood of the West, only whites can be Westerners. If you're a fascist and a Nazi, you got to say it with your whole chest. Race is real and you need to side with your race first. The moment you sincerely identify as a fascist, you risk losing your job. That doesn't seem fair or particularly American. Now look, I don't love giving a platform to these beliefs, but I also feel like they need to be called out. They need to have sunlight shown upon them so we can see what's happening in these political spheres. And I think it also serves as a reminder that the freedom of speech does not give you a freedom from consequences. Yeah, Connor's not going to get thrown in jail for what he had to say, but that doesn't mean that his employer might decide to say goodbye. Which, by the way, is more of a consideration than Connor would give his own political opponents.
The reason we have free speech now is because we want to be openly talking about our opinions so we can get the state that we want. But it doesn't mean upholding free speech after we win.
So what do you think? Did Connor deserve to lose his job, or is this an injustice? Let me know.